All right. So I want to talk about one particular consequence of capitalism. And this particular consequence was ultimately the thing that hooked me. And it made me want to explore this more. And that's ultimately what I would hope to provide to anybody else. The thing that gripped me was this realization that in the definition of capitalism, inequality is baked in. And so what I specifically mean by that, profit. Profit, seeking profit. Profit is inherently selfish. It requires that you get more than you in turn provide. So however much effort, labor, and the cost of producing something, you're going to sell that for more than it's worth. It's inherently self-serving, right? And capitalism, by definition, is, private individuals or groups seeking profit. And many people would say, you're being pedantic and focusing in on this weird specific thing. But this becomes a huge issue at scale. If every individual in a society, in a country, is seeking to maximize their profits, they're seeking to maximize the amount that they give, they're trying to get as much as they can while providing as little as they have to. That creates this harmful form of competition. And instead of sort of trade based on sort of community and this universal desire for progress and creating the best environment that we can, instead it becomes about individual interests over anything else. And so instead of those communities, it's really you're forming a little alliances throughout. And it happens at different types of scale. But one way that is helpful to see this is if you think of every individual or household as its own country, right? And they're experiencing trade between the other households or countries, right? You will form alliances rather than like a community, either based on profit maximization or teaming up in defense against a common enemy, right? So then factions form, and it really brings out like the worst form of social environment. There's no cooperation going on. And a whole tangent of stuff happens with the introduction of corporations, which then add a new element of competition where individuals are operating in competition with corporations, but also small businesses operate. Like, there's just so much going on there, and it's not conducive of a sustainable cooperative society. So that's just one angle, one part, surface level of this consequence of capitalism.